Oh, I do apologise. I've done a beginner's mistake. I've put my mic on mute. Oh, I do apologise. So, I've been muted for the last 5-10 minutes. What a beginner's mistake that is. Not my night tonight. So, we are, as I was saying while I was muted, we are in One Hub racing for the Precision tier in round 7 for the Sochi track, which is known as the Sochi Autodrome for the Precision tier. It's going to be a dry qualifying and a dry race. So TAS is available for all the tiers in One Hub Racing, which is provided by TAS Tierbold. He provides a fantastic piece of equipment to all the drivers in One Hub Racing that participate. It gives them even more information than obviously the in-game does, and you can use it in the stream as well. There will be a little prompt in the stream for you to use as well. So currently at the moment we have roughly around about 10 minutes. The drivers have set their bank laps, some of them only 6, with Danestar setting the provisional pole at the moment with a 1:29.9. Sam is, who was my driver of the day last week, is currently in 6th. He's set a 1:31 as his banker lap. Also we have Sonny Bob, who's a new driver to the tier. He's going to partner up with Van Hanem in the Haas. As he goes a little bit wide, he's letting drivers through. He's currently P5 with a 1:31.2. Obviously we've got Scorpion Hun up in the top 4 in the Ferraris with a 1:30. I think, yeah, that's a 1:39. Obviously Fatinho had a qualifying ban, so he will not participate in qualifying. He is allowed to do 1 out lap, and that is it. He must return to the pits. The drivers will be doing a mandatory 2 stop, so they have to make 2 stops, which they can use any of the dry tyres, or for example, if it was raining, they would have to use the set of the inters or the wets, but do a 2 pit stop. The optimal strategy would be a soft, medium, soft, or if you're outside the top 10, you can do a medium to soft. I wouldn't expect the hards unless there's a lap 1 incident and there's a safety car and drivers want to do the hard to soft. Potentially it could work, but they will be a little bit slower. That may be an advantage for the faster cars that are at the front of the grid. So only 8 drivers have put lap times in. Also, you can check all the other streams as well, which One Hub provides. They provide 2 a week on Twitch, which this week was the Prospect tier, which was on earlier at 6 PM, and then you've got the Precision tier this evening with myself. Liam would be normally here, but unfortunately due to some internet issues he was unable to attend this evening. And then on YouTube this evening we had the points tier, the podium tier, and at 8:30 we have the pinnacle tier, which will be our top fastest guys in One Hub Racing that will battle it out for the race win in Russia this evening. So we will see who's going to take the provisional pole this evening in the Precision tier for round 7. Van Hanem is the current pole sitter, so Danestar has got a little bit of work to do. He's roughly around about 2 tenths behind. These are banker laps, obviously, with 7 minutes to go. Obviously Sam is trying to improve. He's trying to get as many points as he can in Red Bull, and he goes with a 1:30.8. So we've also got Nick, who, well, ERT Nick goes P5 in the Mercedes with a 1:30.1. Yes, Sonny, apologies. The 2 stop rule is a mandatory rule. If you don't do it, you are DSQ'd from the race results. I've seen a few drivers it has happened to, unfortunately. Let's see if as Danestar goes with a 1:29.6. So there are some permutations this evening. The championship cannot be won tonight. I will just get them up for you. While we just wait for these to come up on my screen. ERT and One Hub Racing are collaboration in together for the Going Gets Tough award, which is an award for any driver that is outside the top 3 of the Drivers' Championship that will win a Next Level Racing cockpit, which you attend every race, complete all your media day questions, and that will be drawn at the end of the season. I presume that will be by Jess or Nick, one of the two, on a stream, and that will be a live draw on the One Hub Racing YouTube channel, or it might even be on the Twitch channel. Obviously I don't know at the moment. So at the moment, with 5 minutes roughly remaining, Danestar is your provisional pole sitter with a 1:29.6 on the soft compound tyre. Then Van Hanen is in second with a 1:29.7. Then we have Rimpy, who has had a strong second half of the season, in third with a 1:29.8. Then we have the Racing Point driver of the Only Tamar with a 1:30.1 in fourth. Then we have the Mercedes driver of ERT, Nick, in fifth with a 1:30.1. Then we have Scorpion Hunt in sixth with a 1:30.2. Then Key SF1 in seventh with a 1:30.6. Then Lukey in eighth with a 1:30.6. Then Salty Bear, a former Prospect Tier champion in One Hub, in P9 with a 1:30.8. Then Sam rounds off the top 10 with a 1:30.8 as well. Then we've got Sonny Bob, the new driver, in the Haas in 11th with a 1:31.2. As I think Riley had a quali ban as well. I think he did. I will check the stewards report just to double check. Chris, let's ride on board with Chris. He's on his out lap. So while we ride on board with the Ferrari driver, I will give you a list of the permutations for this evening. So if Vitinho wins with the flying lap point, Kieran, which is Key SF1, Nick, Lukey and Vitinho are eliminated, and Rimpy must finish second place. If Van Hanen wins, Kieran, which is Key, Nick, Lukey and Vitinho are eliminated. Rimpy must finish third place. If Van Hanen finishes second, Key, Nick, Lukey, Vitinho are eliminated. Rimpy must finish fourth or fifth with the fastest lap. If Vitinho finishes fourth, Key, Nick are eliminated. Lukey must win with flying lap. Vitinho must win. Rimpy must finish 7th or 8th with flying lap. If Van Hanen finishes 5th, it's a lot of Van Hanens at the moment, finishes 5th, then Kieran and Nick will be eliminated. Lukey must win. Vitinho must finish 2nd. Rimpy must finish 9th or 10th with the fastest lap. We will take a break quickly as Chris is on his flying lap. Let's just see what he does set. Let's just see what he sets, and then we will carry on with the permutations from the precision tier, as he should possibly be, I suspect, round the top 5. As he sits in 5th with a 1:29.9. So we will go back to the permutations. So if Verhaenen finishes 6th, Key will be eliminated. Nick must win. Lukey must finish 2nd. Vitinho must finish 2nd or 3rd with a fastest lap, and Rimpy must finish 11th or 12th with the fastest lap. I do apologise, there is quite a lot of the permutations. If Verhaenen finishes 6th, Key is eliminated. and Nick must win or finish with the fastest lap. Lukey must finish second or third with the fastest lap, or Vitinho must finish third or fourth with the fastest lap. If Verheyen finishes 7th, Key is eliminated. Nick must finish second, Lukey must finish third, and Verheyen finishes 4th. If Verheyen finishes 8th, Key will be eliminated. Nick must finish second, Lukey must finish third, and Vitinho must finish 4th. If Verheyen finishes 9th, Key must win with the flying lap. Nick must finish second, Lukey must finish third or fourth with the flying lap, and Vitinho must finish 4th or 5th with the fastest lap. If Verheyen finishes 9th, Key must win with the flying lap. Nick must finish second, Lukey must finish third or fourth with the flying lap. Vitinho must finish 4th or 5th with the flying lap. If Verheyen finishes 10th, Key must win, Nick must finish second or third with the fastest lap. Lukey must finish 4th, with Vitinho finishing 5th, which is a must. If Verheyen finishes 11th, Key must win, Nick must finish 3rd, Lukey must finish 4th or 5th with the fastest lap. Vitinho must finish 5th or 6th with the fastest lap. Verheyen, if he finishes 12th, which is the last point place, Key must win or finish second with the fastest lap. Nick must finish 3rd or 4th with the fastest lap. Lukey must finish 5th, or Vitinho must finish 6th. If Verheyen does not score any points, Key must must finish second. Nick must finish 4th. Lukey must finish 5th or 6th with the fastest lap, and Vitinho must finish 6th or 7th with the fastest lap. They are your permutations for the precision tier in Russia tonight. The championship for the driver side cannot be won even if one of them permutations have been met, which have been fantastically provided by one of the One Hub Racing management, which is Cam. So thanks to Cam for them. So qualifying is finished in the precision tier for One Hub Racing in round 7. Chris is still P5. Daystar is still in P2. As Verheyen has had an incident, and Rimpy, well, he is at the moment on an invalidated lap, so let's see what Chris can do. Also, while we are on the end of qualifying session, I will just get TAS up now, it's ready. So that is qualifying finished in the precision tier for round 7. 14 drivers qualified. Well, the top 12 have qualified, obviously with 2 qualifying bans handed out. So Danestar takes another provisional pole position in the precision tier, with Verheyen in 2nd, Rimpy in 3rd, the only Tomar in 4th, Chris in 5th, ERT Nick in 6th, Scorpion Hun in 7th, Key SF1 in 8th, Lukey 9th, Assaulty Bear 10th, Sam WD in 11th, Sonny Bob in 12th, Vitinho and Riley round off 13th and 14th. So the race will begin in a few moments time. The drivers are not allowed to ready up until the host has readied up, which is Lukey. They will get a time penalty and a penalty, well, 0.5 is I think the first offence, so I have fallen victim of it myself in the prospect tier a few times this season. It is looking a bit cloudy, but we are expecting no rain, so we won't see the inters, we won't see the wet compound tyres. the drivers will have the C2, C3 and C4 tyre. One Hub is sponsored also by Liam RBS, who provides all the trophies for all the One Hub Racing Drivers Championship and the Constructors. You can catch him on Twitch at twitch.tv/LiamRBS. If you want to catch him on Twitch and watch any of his streams, then that is his Twitch. So we now have TAS up and running. So from the sector times, Danestar set in his first sector a 32.6, a 30.9, and his third sector was a 26.0, which gave him the pole time of a 1:29.6. We will just wait for the formation lap. So don't forget, you can get involved in the chat with TAS as well and find out all the information about any of the drivers that you are rooting for in this race this evening. I don't know why it's not... Oh, we don't want position change. So, all the drivers except from Sam and Riley have gone for the mediums, so the soft runners will potentially go for a soft, medium, soft. You can get around about 7 laps on the soft compound tyre, around about 11 to 12 on the mediums. The soft tyre lasts a percentage of wear of 74%. Interestingly, the mediums only last 64%, so the drivers will have to probably use them as the shorter stint on their tyres. So it's going to be an interesting one. Danestar leading us around the Sochi Autodrome. Track limits are going to be in effect this evening, as the drivers know that the Russia track can provide some brutal corner cutting pens that drivers in the prospect tier and possibly other tiers found out this evening. So we will be able to keep an eye on any damages that the drivers have, or any warnings, penalties, etc. If you do want to keep up to date with all of One Hub Racing's content on their social media, you can follow them on Twitter at One Hub Racing. They have a media day every Thursday with driver press conferences, a hot and cold list, and even rivalries. I've been in there myself. You don't want to be in there. But it's all part of the experience in One Hub Racing that we all love and enjoy. As the drivers are now coming round to the final corners for the One Hub Racing Round 7 Precision Tier for the Russian Grand Prix. So we'll just wait for the drivers to get in their grid slots. It'll be an interesting down into turn 1 and 2 who gets the move done quite quickly, as we now wait for the drivers, as we now wait for the famous 5 red lights, as we know and love in Formula 1. As 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the start down into turn 1? Danestar looks to be comfortable at the moment, but Rimpy, it looks like he's already got the move, and he's already going to try and have a look at Danestar already. Is he going to get the move done? No, Danestar keeps the move into turn 1. As Nick, I think, has been pushed into the wall. It looks like it. He's going to have some damage. From TAS, it looks like, yep, the only Tomar has hit ERT Nick. So I wonder if, let's have a look at the only Tomar. Let's see if he's got any damage. No, he hasn't got any damage, but I believe Nick will. It was Sam also that has hit Nick, so that is going to be a pit stop for the Red Bull and the Mercedes driver. Let's go back up to the front of the pack, as we've got already battles happening at the front. It looks like it within 1 second between the top 3. which is Danestar, Rimpy and Venhanen. Also in 4th, who had that little bit of an incident with, I believe, Nick and Sam, is the only Tom R. So will anybody pit? Then we've got Scorpion Hun and Chris, the 2 Ferraris, in 5th and 6th. As you have on your screen, the games strategy, which is the soft medium or the soft hard. As now my game has decided to glitch the leaderboard, we'll just wait for it to update. So at the moment, Danestar is setting the fastest sectors around the track at the moment, as Nick is in the pits. He's gone for the hard, so we will see the hards tonight. I suspect that will be a soft pit stop strategy. The hards can last around about 30 laps, but there's only 27, so, and Nick will need to pit a second time. So as Nick now comes out the pits, let's see if there's any other on track battles. I do believe that Nick is not first. That is a glitch from the leaderboard. It's actually Danestar that is first, so as there is blue flags showing on the track, as Verhanen is already in the pits. He's not feeling the softs, so he's probably going to go for the mediums. Let's see what he goes on with. Already lap 3 in, as DRS is now enabled, so any driver that is in within 1 second in the DRS zone, and they are under the 1 second in the DRS activation zone, they can use the DRS, which will open the rear wing. As Danestar, no, not Danestar, Venhanen has got a front wing change and has gone for the hards, as now the leaderboard has reset itself. So lap 3, Danestar leads with Rimpy in second, the only Tamar in third. Then we have the 2 Ferraris of Scorpion Han and Chris. Then we have Lukey in the Alfa Romeo. Then we have Sonny Bob, one of the Hasses. Key SF1 in 8th. Vitinho has got himself up to P9. A Salty Bear in 10th. Then we have Riley in 11th. Sam in 12th. Then rounding off the grid in 13th is Verhanen. And in 14th is ERT Nick. So a Salty Bear is setting the fastest sector for Sector 1 with a 33.7. That is 0.3 quicker than Danestar. So Danestar, he's not pushing as such at the moment. He is obviously trying to bridge that gap still. As the Salty Bear sets the fastest lap with a 1:34.3. Regarding the fastest lap, the top 10 and outside the top 10, there is a fastest lap point for inside the top 10 and outside the top 10. So there is still points available, even if you aren't in the top 10. The top 12 do get points as well, as long as obviously they finish the race. And any post penalties, if they don't get any of them from the stewards. So we are on lap 4. Danestar leading at the moment, just controlling that pace behind him as well. We've got Rimpy and Only Tomat. Good day in the office at the moment for Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. I will just get the standings up. But before I do the standings, we will do the driver's press conference this week, which is a driver that will be summoned to the press conference for questions which will be asked by the media, and this week it was Vitinho. His question was, you're not currently in a championship battle in either drivers or constructors, how do you stay motivated? Let me just see if he's answered. And his question was, my motivation in this tier is to do good in the races because it's a hard and fast tier. So that is the drivers press conference done, which was the AlphaTauri driver of Vitinho. Let me just get the championship standings up for you. We did see a little bit of on-track battles between the Mercedes driver of Danestar and Chris last week, which was brought to the stewards, and it obviously has been dealt with by the stewards. So hopefully there's no incidents this week and we can have some clean and fair racing, and obviously, as we all love to see, the on-track battles as well. So regarding the Precision Tier Championship, so at the moment Verheyen leads by 4 points from Chris with 84 points. So Verheyen is on 84, Chris is on 80, Danestar is on 76, the only Tomar is on 68 in 4th, Scorpion Hun 67 in 5th, Rimpy is in 6th with 49, 7th is Vitinho with 36, 8th is Lukey with 34, Key SF1 is in 9th with 30, and then rounding off the top 10 in the championship is ERT Nick with 29. Then we have in 11th we have Corey, who's not racing tonight, with 20, Riley in 12th with 15, White Fountain, who's also not racing tonight, in 15 with 15 points, and then Sam DW in 14th with 11 points. Then we have Vermartin, who is no longer in the league, with 10. Then Kian is in 16th with 9 points, who is not racing tonight. Salty Bear is in 17th with 6 points, and then Late Ski is in 18th with 5 points, who's not racing tonight, and then Empressy in 19th with 1 point, who's also not racing tonight, and then rounding off with the new driver in the Haas is Sonny Bob in 20th place with no points. The constructors is Ferrari are leading by 147 points, then Mercedes in second with 105, Haas are in third with 84, Red Bull are in fourth with 83, Alfa Romeo in fifth with 82, 6th is Racing Point with 69, 7th is AlphaTauri with 51, 8th is McLaren with 45, 9th is Williams with 36, and rounding off with 26 points is the Renault team. So that is your championships for the drivers and the constructors all completed. So we will just look at the stewards briefing quite quickly, as drivers are now making their pit stop. Danestar, Rimpy, and the only Tomar has stayed out. So Danestar, Vitinho, Scorpion Hun and Rimpy all in the pits for that first stop. Obviously they will have to make a second stop, so they have gone on the mediums, so they will last around about 11 laps. They should come in lap 21, maybe 20 given if there's a safety car. Regarding the stewards, I'm just gonna find it for you. I believe it was an incident with Danestar, but we will just double check. So for precision, let me just check. So it was between Chris and Danestar, the Ferrari driver, and the Mercedes driver. One warning was removed, a 3-second time penalty removed, and a 5-second penalty to Danestar was added, and 0.5 penalty, and the reason was Danestar brakes late to try and get ahead of Chris, but makes contact with the Ferrari and forces him off the track. The stewards believe this was dangerous from Danestar and should have held back instead of diving up the inside, as Chris got a warning from having to to cut the corner. The stewards decided to remove a warning, reducing the total warning to 2, meaning a 3-second time penalty will be taken off his race time and a 5-second penalty will be added to Danestar for causing a collision and forcing another driver off the track, along with 0.5 penalty points to his licence. And Key SF1 and ERT Nick were also in the stewards. 15-second time penalty to be added to ERT Nick's race and 1.5 penalty points. Nick leaves his car in overtake mode going through a Ascari chicane, which causes him to lose control of the car on the exit. Key, coming behind, cannot do anything to avoid Nick's car as he's slowly moving into Key's path. So that is the stewards from last week. So you can, if you wish to, or you can have a multiple screen. The Pinnacle tier has just started on our YouTube channel, which is at, well, One Hub Racing, as Sonny Bob gets a 3-second time penalty. Riley has got one as well, as he is currently the provisional race leader, so he's gonna have to try and bridge that gap to Danestar, who is currently 12.6 seconds behind, with the only Tamar 1.3 behind, and then Rimpy is really on the back. He's going to get that DRS. Is he going to get into that late break-in? He does. He gets the move done on Rimpy. Oh no, I think the only Tamar got the move back done. Let me just have a look at the TAS, as Riley has got himself up currently 13 positions, which is incredible. Obviously he hasn't pitted at the moment, but he has, and also he's got a 3-second time penalty. Danestar has dropped 1 position. The only Tamar has gained 1 position. Rimpy has, oh no, Rimpy is going to go down the inside of the only Tamar and gets the last place on the podium. So there is a lot of points to be available still on offer as well. So no more penalties at the moment for the drivers. Sonny Bob has obviously got one, and Sam WD has got one as well. Let's just ride on board with the only Tamar. He's going to have DRS. Now this is a very difficult braking zone, because you've got to brake so hard and so late. But he doesn't get the move done, but Rimpy does lock up. Oh, he's really on the back. I think he's going to wait till that long straight. He is gaining as Riley, I believe Riley has gone into pits now. Yeah, as ERT Nick gets a 3-second time penalty. That is for corner cutting. So we will stay on board with the only Tamar, as the pit strategy would normally for the one stop would be now, as Riley, no, not Riley, is as the only Tamar goes down the inside of Rimpy and gets the move done on the mediums. But it looks like Rimpy is going to come back down the inside of the only Tamar down that side. Or they're going to go side by side into the corner. Who's going to brake late? They both are still going at it. The two Ferraris behind, I bet they're loving this at the moment. The cars in front battling for that last podium place. Well, as the only Tamar gets himself up to second now that Riley has pitted. So the Ferraris might want to just hold themselves off a little bit and let the Rimpy and the only Tamar battle carry on. Oh, as Rimpy is off the track, but he's going to get DRS. Is he going to get the move? This is the late braking, heavy braking as well. Let's see if he gets it. No, he doesn't. He's got to be careful because of the wing damage percentage that is very high. So the Ferraris will just sit there and do the Ferrari team order of just sit there and wait. because they know that they can get, well, potentially can get, as Rimpy has got DRS again, but I think he's too far back from that racing point. Obviously, the only time is quite far back from Danestar, so he's definitely not going to even attempt that move. But it's going well for Scorpion Hunt at the moment, one of the other Ferrari drivers who's currently in P4. He's gained 3 positions, the same as Luki as well in the Alfa Romeo, so the Italian teams with the Ferrari powered engine doing a fantastic job in Russia this evening. Obviously, we all remember the Russian Grand Prix from a few years ago with the Ferrari plans going completely out the window. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight, Chris. So they will be all team orders kept secret, and will plan it to when to attack and when to defend. I'm pretty sure this evening. So everyone has made a pit stop. Let me just double check that, as the only Thomas is really getting that gap up now. So yeah, everyone has made the 1 stop, so they do have to make a second stop. Obviously the penalties will come into effect at the end of the race. They won't be thing, but at the moment Brimpy is on a net P2, and if my maths is correct, Riley would drop to... No, he wouldn't drop. It would be... Potentially Sonny would drop to P11. He would still get his first points if it finished now on lap 12. But we've still got roughly around about half the distance left. So we'll go back up to the intervals. As you can see, the position changes there. Obviously the big position change is Fatino up 6 places, Scorpion, Hun and Riley up 3. The only timer is up 3 as well. Luki is up 3 as well. The big loss is ERT Nick in 8 with 8, and Vahanen has dropped to 7 positions. He's literally in front of his teammate, so not a good day at the office for Haas at the moment. So, lap 12 of 27, and then around about 8 laps, 7-8 laps, we will see the drivers go for the second stop of the mandatory 2 stop, which is potentially the soft compound tyre, which will give them the last 6-7 laps on them as well. We are expecting no rain, so we won't see the intermediate tyres or the wet tyres as we saw in the earlier tiers this evening at 6 PM, which was the prospect tier. They had a dry qualifying and a heavy wet start to the race, and then it just eased out and we saw a fantastic race, which was streamed on Twitch, which will be uploaded to our YouTube if you do want to watch it at a later date. Also with the same with precision tier as well, as we are on lap 13 of 27. The gaps are still relatively quite close as we are sticking on board with the Alfa Romeo driver of Rimpy, as the Salty Bear gets a 3-second time penalty. That will be for corner cutting, as this track... Oh, yellow flags. Who has... Oh, VSC. Who has dropped it? Let me just check. TAS doesn't say, but I might be to gather that it... Yep, it's a Salty Bear. He has no wing. So that's going to be a pit stop for him. When he gets a drive through for speeding under the VSC, that is not a good day for the Renault team. Wait, has he been given 2 drive-throughs? Don't tell me this is glitched, because that came up twice. If that has, that is going to be an absolute nightmare for the Renault driver. as the McLarens are doing quite well as well in P8 and P9, Key, SF1 and Riley. Vitinho is up to 7th as well, no penalties at the moment, so as it stands we're looking at a Danestar, Rimpey, only Tomar top 3. If the Ferrari drivers can push in the second stint, they may close the gap up to only Tomar and Rimpey, and one of them may get on the podium. It is possible. So as ERT Nick gets himself up to P13 after that lap 1 incident with I think it was Sam and someone else. Let's go to the midfield, and we have Lukey, who is closing down one of the Ferraris, which is Chris. Let's just see if Rimpey get that move done. No, he doesn't. I don't think Luke will either. Luke's going to have to do the double overtake over the Ferraris. The Ferraris are just defending, so they won't want to be pushing too much at the moment on this first strategy, well, first stop, as they want to do it on the soft compound tyre, on the more faster, grippy tyre. So let's just see if Lukey can get it done, or even will Rimpey get it done. So as Rimpey is going to go down the inside into turn 1, and he doesn't get the move done, but is he going to get it coming out of the corner? Oh, there's a little bit of a contact. I think these two have been going at it for a few laps now, as we are on lap 15 of 27. We are over the halfway mark in the One Hub Racing Season 18, Round 7 for the Precision Tier in Russia, the Sochi Autodrome track. No rain at the moment, we aren't expecting any. It is going to be a dry rest of the race as well, so sit back, get the popcorn, get a drink if needed, and let's see out the last remaining laps that we have in the Precision Tier. So do get into the comments in the chat section. Who do you think will take the top 3? Will we see the Only Tomar and Rimpey even end up on the podium at the end of the race? Because everyone has got to make a second pit stop, as a Salty Bear is now in the pits again, I believe, for that drive-through. So as Danestar is in the pits, what's he gone in for? Obviously he's not going to have wing damage, I suspect, but he's going to be really bold and go for a set of softs that I don't think they'll last. He's obviously expecting a safety car. So the Only Tomar will take the race lead provisionally at the moment, because Danestar has pitted. Then we've got Rimpey in second, who is really on the back of the Only Tomar, as Danestar comes out in P11, it looks like at the moment. I think he might even drop to P12. No, he doesn't, as Sam WD is right on the back of Danestar. But we will go back up to the front, as we now have a battle for the race lead between the Only Tomar and Rimpey. Racing Point versus Alfa Romeo. This is key points for both the drivers and the constructors, for each of the teams and the drivers. They want to get that maximum points that they can. So it's going to be a close one, I think, as the Only Tomar has dropped the position, as Rimpey has got the move done under DRS in the DRS section. Are they going to pit this lap? I don't suspect they will, but will they react to Danestar's pit? Let's just see. Rimpey has gone in. The Only Tomar will stay out for another lap. He is the only Racing Point, so he won't have that double stack problem, as the Only Tomar takes the provisional race lead, as drivers are now making their second stop. Obviously we didn't see much of the dry tyres in the earlier tiers, in the prospect tier this evening. It was kind of like 5 or 6 laps that we saw them, and it was a thrilling race from all the drivers. which we saw a fantastic top 3 and we saw Alex Lilliart get a podium first time in One Hub since 2017, I believe, or his first podium since then, so congratulations to him for getting that achievement this evening. You can watch the earlier prospect here, which will be uploaded to the YouTube channel, which is One Hub Racing, if you do want to go and watch that, and it will also be a link on the Twitter page for One Hub later next week, which is at One Hub Racing, if you do want to get the link from there as well. So we are 10 laps remaining. The drivers will be now looking to make that second stop. So we will ride on board with the only Tomar. As there's a yellow flag, that's an Alpha Tauri. So which one is it? It's for Tino. So he's obviously not got the mediums warmed up enough. So the only Tomar is staying out. It looks like Scorpion Hunt, as Key gets a 3-second time penalty. Key has not decided to pit, neither has Riley. Scorpion Hunt and Lukey are in the pits. Dainstar gets the fastest lap, as Vitinho gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. So at the moment Dainstar has got himself back up to 4th. Obviously the cars in front of him have not pitted, as Vitinho gets another 3-second time penalty. So the penalties are coming now into effect for the drivers, as Vitinho gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, as Vitinho has now retired. He's had enough, and I believe he's retired in the pit. So that's one of the Alpha, well, the Alpha Tauri's gone. Obviously White Fountain is not here this evening. So at the moment 12 of the 13 remaining will get points, so one driver at the moment, which is Assaulty Bear, will miss out on points unless he gets the fastest lap. Let's just see if the only Tomar will pit this lap. I suspect Riley will, as Sonny Bob gets a 3-second time penalty, as the only Tomar is now in the pits. Let's see what tyres he will go on. I believe Key will come in soon as well, and Riley. As Tass has informed me, that only Tomar has got another 3-second time penalty, so he has got 6 seconds on there. So he's gone for the softs, so that's going to drop him roughly around about 10th, I think, as Riley takes the race lead. He is on the softs, but he's going to have to pit again, because them softs are not going to last another 8 laps. So at the moment Dainstar has a net P1. If Chris can really put the pressure on, he's looking at a net P2. With Lukey, he's looking at a net P3 because of all them penalties. If Chris and Lukey can really put the pressure on, they're looking at a podium this evening, because Riley's going to have to pit again because he's on 8 lap softs, and they are not going to last another 8 laps. There's no way. If he does that, then fair play. You know, he's a tyre management genius, but I don't think he will, because he's got people behind him that are on fresher softs that have pitted. Let's just ride on board with the Alfa Romeo driver of Lukey. He's split between 2 Ferraris at the moment. Obviously Chris and Scorpion Honey split in between, so the 2 Italian teams, which is the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari. So 7 laps left as Dainstar takes the race lead, as Riley makes that pit stop, with Rimpy now taking P2. Donny Tamar will take P3. At the moment it looks like Chris will take P4, but he's got on the back of him a very fast Lukey for P5. P5 at the moment. Well, Luki is going to go for it. Is he going to go for it? He's having a look, but gets the door closed on him into turn 1 and 2. Now this sweeping corner, is he going to go for it? I think Chris is using his ERS. Let's just have a look. Chris was using the ERS, he's got none left. But Luki has got roughly around about 30%, so he's going to go for it, I think. I think he is going for the fastest lap. This must be a little bit of a dilemma for the Ferrari team, because one's got to defend and one has to attack Luki. Is Luki going to get the move done? Oh, he goes down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Oh, a little bit late braking. Is he going to... No, he does not get the move done. He's really applying that pressure. He wants that P4 because he knows a podium is on the cards, because the only time I has 6-second penalties. So as we now enter lap 21 of 27, 6 laps left for the drivers to compete on the track for any position that they can. As Luki is going to get DRS, he is around about 4 tenths, now 3 tenths. I think Chris is trying to break that toe. Is he going to get it done? No, he doesn't. So he's going to have to wait. So Luki is really going to apply the pressure now. Chris is going to feel the pressure as well in that Ferrari seat. Also, Scorpion is going to have to push as well. So hopefully we don't see any incidents occur. But Scorpion Hand is really on the back of Luki as well. So Ferrari using this to their advantage, I think, to get Scorpion past Luki. As Luki is going to go down the inside. Luki goes for the move and he gets it done with the DRS, but is Chris going to fight back the move? No, he doesn't, and Luki takes that 4th place off of Chris. Now, this is going to be an absolute challenge for Luke to keep 2 very fast Ferraris behind him that are going to constantly be in a DRS range of him. He's going to have to really manage the ERS to perfection to potentially get, and he might just get P4, maybe a P3 if the only Tomar gets another penalty, but the only Tomar gets the sector 3 fastest sector, as the prancing horse of the Ferraris are really on the back of Luki. He's really pushing. Also on the back is Verheyen as well on the Ferrari. So Verheyen not had a good race. Started in the top 3. Didn't really go to plan. Is sitting in 7th. Obviously his championship rival Danestar is leading the race, so he's going for maximum points. Obviously the permutations are in effect, but no driver will win the championship this evening. It will go to the remaining rounds of round 8 and 9 and 10. So we won't be crowning a champion tonight, so we will just wait until next week. Luki is really feeling the pressure now because he's got Scorpion Hun behind him, he's got Chris behind him, and he's got Verheyen behind him. So whoever gets in front of Luki is looking at a net P4 to a net P3 if they can get that 5 tenths off of the only Tomar, who is on 6 seconds. But I can't really... It's going to be close, I think, with the last 4 laps, as Rimpy has been overtaken. Oh, as we've got a battle for P2 between the only Tomar and Rimpy, and the only Tomar gets the move done on Rimpy. Is he going to get the move back or even attack the only Tomar from Rimpey. He's going to be in DRS, so it's possible. Let's just ride back on board with Lukey. He's now also got Key on this train, so there's a little bit of a DRS train forming. So Luke just needs to keep it calm. He's got 4 laps left. He's now going to use the ERS because he knows that Ferrari is very quick. So at the moment, I believe from penalties, Rimpey would still take P2 because he's only got 3 seconds. But TAS is telling me the only Tomar has only got 3 seconds, so that does change it because Rimpey has also got a 3-second time penalty, but it has 4 warnings. Danestar has no warnings. Lukey has 2, so Lukey could potentially, as sector 3 yellow flag, that must be Sam. It won't cause a safety car, but it may cause a VSC. No, it doesn't, and we are back under racing. As Verheyen is really on the back of that Ferrari of Chris. But we've also got Lukey has been overtaken by Scorpion Hun. So Scorpion Hun has got the move done. Oh, as Verheyen has a little bit of understeer as he tries to overtake Chris. Let's stick on board with the Haas versus the Alfa Romeo. Not Alfa Romeo, the Ferrari, apologies. So Verheyen will want to get the move done very quickly because he knows that championship is on the line coming into these closing rounds because of Danestar as well. At the moment, with no penalties, I don't think he's got a warning. No, he has no warnings as well. So there's definitely a fight here for P4. We've got Scorpion Hun, Lukey, Chris, Verheyen, Key and Riley at the back as well. So between 4th and 9th, potentially there's some points to be made. As Sam gets a 3-second time penalty, but Lukey will get DRS. He's not going to go for the move. But it looks like Verheyen had a look at Chris but didn't get the move done. As we now are on lap 25 of 26. So Lukey is still potentially looking for that 4th place as he's fighting Scorpion Hun for that 4th place. Obviously there isn't a battle as such now between the Only Tomar and Rimpey, as the Only Tomar has built a bit of a gap of roughly around about 4.6 seconds. Obviously Danestar has got a gap of 2.3. Lukey is only the really closest one. Obviously you've got Key SF1 on the back of Verheyen. Key is going to get DRS. So this could be quite interesting as we go lap 26 of 27, 2 laps left. As Verheyen is going to go down the inside of Lukey. No, not Lukey, Chris. And he gets the move done for 6th place. So, will Key also get the move done? He's on 2 lap younger tyres as well. Oh, as TAS has now just informed me that the Only Tomar has got another time penalty. He has got 9 seconds. So, looking at this, he is going to drop roughly. He may not even get on the podium. So this could be quite interesting as Sam sets the fastest lap with a 1:32.1 on the soft compound tyre in that Red Bull. Not a good day at the office for the Red Bull, as we will now be entering the last lap. These final few corners will be going to be crucial for some of the drivers as they enter the final lap, as Danestar has now crossed the line for the final lap with the only Tomar. As Sam has retired, that won't cause a safety car because it's last lap, but Salty Bear is going to get a point because he will finish. Let's see if anybody... as Verheyen is trying to defend, but we've got Key gonna go down the inside. Oh no, he locks up and backs out of it, but is he gonna get the move done? He's gonna get the move done on Chris, but Key has got penalties, so he's gonna drop. Oh, they're gonna go side by side, still battling it, but Key backs off. Key has got his teammate behind, so Lukey is really on the back now of Scorpion Hun, as Riley gets a 3-second time penalty. As Danestar comes through the last corners, let's just see if anyone gets the move done in DRS range. Doesn't look like it, but Key might. Key is going to have a look. He doesn't get the move done. But we'll ride on board with the race leader. He took pole position in Russia. He's going to take the race win with no penalties on the board. Danestar takes the race win provisionally in round 7 for Precision Tier in one hub for Season 18. The only Tomar will take at the moment, he is going to take second. Scorpion Han will take third and take the podium place, with Lukey in 4th. Rimpy takes 5th. Verheyen takes 6th. Chris will take 7th. Key will take 8th. Riley will take 9th. Sonny, his first race, where will he finish? He's crossed the line in 10th. He's potentially going to drop. Let's see where Nick finishes. I don't know if Nick will get 10th. Let's just see where Nick finished. Nick finishes in 11th. So that is the conclusion of the Russian Grand Prix in the One Hub Racing Season 18 for round 7 in One Hub. We will now just check the results provisionally for the Precision Tier. We'll just wait for the game to give us the provisional race results. So there it is, the Mercedes on top, taking the race win from the only Tomar, who is in second with Scorpion Hun, no penalties, and he got himself on the podium place. So there's your top 3. Mercedes of Danestar, the only Tomar, the Racing Point driver, and rounding off with a fantastic drive in third is Scorpion Hun. We will now just go to the provisional race results, and we will now give a rundown of them. As you can see, Lukey in 4th, Rimpy 5th, the Verheyen in 6th, Chris in 7th, 8th is Key, Riley in 9th, Sonny Bob in 10th, Nick in 11th, Salty Bear in 12th, and your 2 DNFs for this race is Sam, WD and Fatinho. My driver of the day for this evening, I think I'm going to give it to Scorpion Hun, who started at 7th and finished on the podium. My question for Scorpion Hun is, knowing Russia is heavy on the penalties for corner cutting. How did you manage to not get any penalties today, and did you see yourself on the podium, especially in the Ferrari, knowing that Ferrari and the Russia track does not have a good history? So there is the driver of the day question and nomination done for Scorpion Hun. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for round 7 in... No, round 8, I apologise. For One Hub Racing Season 18 in the Precision Tier. We will be back next week at 7:40 BST time, which is UK time, for round 9, which we are off to the Paul Ricard for the 9th round in the Precision Tier. You can catch all the latest stuff for One Hub at One Hub Racing on Twitter, or you can catch all the streams or any content on their YouTube channel, or you can follow and catch their streams on Twitch as well. We will be back next week at 6 PM on the One Hub Racing channel, either on Twitch or YouTube, for the Prospect Tier for round 9 for the French Grand Prix. Until then, enjoy the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and race over the weekend, and hopefully enjoy the nice weather if you do get any this evening or over the weekend. I have been your commentator this evening, which is Storm. It's a good night from me.